they put so much effort into food that if they try to feed you, even if you're just full to your brim, there's been times where like I've thought I would just explode because I've eaten so much. But I think the stomach's like bigger than we imagine it is because we can fit more in. And I mean, they put so much effort in that food, and like you got to eat it. You know, they're like offended if you don't. Um, Another thing is they love Americans there in Italy. They just love like everything about America. They hear like legends about hamburgers and about hot dogs and like about American cartoons, and they just think it's the coolest thing ever. And so I think one thing is to like go around and be proud that you're American, but don't make that your message, you know? Because I think a lot of missionaries go out there and they think it's really cool that they're American, but you're also in Italy, so it's good to become Italian, you know, to accept their way of life, but still kind of, I wouldn't say milk the whole American image, but just know that they really do like Americans, and they think we're good people. But that being said, that's not the message that we're carrying. I mean, we're going as ambassadors of the church and not America. So it's easy for people to get distracted there with the fact that we're American instead of the message that we bring. Italians are the king of superstition. I feel like all old wives' tales have their origin in Italian wives. I know one thing in specific that kind of makes me laugh is they have this fear of moving air. It's called colpa d'aria. And so like air conditionings or fans, they just don't believe in. Like it'll be 120 degrees outside and you'll be in church. And if you turn the air conditioning on, like be prepared to be chastised because those members don't like the air conditioning on because they feel like it's going to make them sick. Because like I said, it's like an old wives' tale, and they literally feel like it'll make them throw up. And I just thought that was so funny. And you learn to live with it too. You learn to love it too. I remember my first summer in the mission, I would just die because it was so hot and no one would have the air conditioning on. And then the second summer, like I kind of liked it. It was like, you know what? This is the last summer I'm going to have where I can just die in my own sweat, you know? And I'm just going to accept this whole colpa d'aria thing and live with it. And just like weird quirks like that. I mean, you can't touch, like you can't eat pasta with bread or else you'll have a heart attack. And just a bunch of little things. And they'll tell you about it. Like I said, Italians don't mince words. They'll tell you what's right and what's wrong to do. And just like follow what they say. Even if it sounds super weird, even if it doesn't make any sense in our American world, just do it and you'll actually end up enjoying it, and you'll accept that Italian culture for what it is. Italy has probably, out of countries in the world, they're the most used to, the most jaded when it comes to like proselyting. I mean, they've dealt with missionaries. I mean, not necessarily Mormon missionaries, but just missionaries for centuries. You know, I mean, we're talking about like Paul and Peter and stuff like that, and they're just used to it. And so the biggest thing I'd say is be creative, because if you're not creative, it does not make them happy. If you go up to them and you say, hey, your church is wrong, you should join my church, they don't like to be told that, you know, because the church is their lifestyle. It's part of their culture. Catholicism and Italian culture is one and the same. So there's definitely creative ways to go about it. And I think that's the number one thing about being a missionary is just be polite, be bold, and be polite, and people respect that. They like good boys, and they like to see that.